Alright guys, so today I wanted to talk about some stuff that I got in my email this morning. Some huge gaming industry news, and frankly speaking, it's not good. Activision Blizzard sued over frat boy culture and harassment. That's not good. That's not good. That's very bad. Obviously Activision Blizzard, games like Call of Duty, games like World of Warcraft, Overwatch, all the games that encompass Activision and Blizzard are involved in this. Not directly. This is seemingly more of a main company issue, but this could also extend to, individual game teams like Overwatch, like, again, Call of Duty, WoW, all that. You're gonna see some stuff that is, frankly, not safe for work. But I wanted to talk about this because this needs to be talked about because this isn't okay. It does get really weird really quickly, and I'm just gonna be as sparse as possible but still get the point across. Start out here. Video game giant Activision Blizzard Inc., maker of games including World of Warcraft, Diablo, I forgot about Diablo, fosters a frat boy culture in which female employees are subjected to constant sexual harassment, unequal pay, and retaliation, according to a lawsuit filed by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. I think the worst part here is that I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. This has been going on just in the working world for many years. For as long as there's been news to have been covered, it's been talked about. It's been a thing. Women in the workplace being mistreated, harassed, and whatnot. But Activision Blizzard, someone so huge, is that is a little surprising, I must say, that they would get caught up in this or allow this, especially because I think they would know the consequences of something like this being found out. But nonetheless, let's continue here. A 2-year investigation by the state agency found that the company discriminated against female employees in terms and conditions of employment, including compensation, assignment, promotion, and termination. Company leadership consistently failed to take steps to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. A lot of what was already talked about there. According to the complaint filed Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court, female employees make up around 20% of the Activision workforce and are subjected to a pervasive frat boy workplace culture, including cube crawls in which male employees drink copious amounts of alcohol as they crawl their way through various cubicles in the office and often engage in inappropriate behavior towards female employees. The agency alleges male employees play video games during the workday while delegating responsibilities to female employees, engage in sexual banter, and joke openly about rape, among other things. And this actually starts to connect a lot of dots because, especially in the Overwatch community, I'm sure they were connecting a lot of dots. One of which we'll talk about a little bit later once it becomes a little more relevant here. But a lot of players were warning, Overwatch is dry and there's nothing really new, nothing is really getting done, nothing is really coming out, no news. Overwatch 2 was delayed. And when you read this article, maybe it's a bit of a long shot, but just reading some of this article, it's like, oh, this is why stuff isn't getting done. Maybe this is why Overwatch is just recycled content year in, year out. Alright, female employees alleged being held back from promotions because of the possibility they might become pregnant, being criticized for leaving to pick their children up from daycare, being kicked out of lactation rooms so male colleagues could use the rooms for meetings, the complaint says. Female employees working for the World of Warcraft team noted that male employees and supervisors would hit on them, make derogatory comments about blank, and otherwise engage in demeaning behavior, the agency alleges. The suit also points to a female Activision employee who took her own life on a company trip with her male supervisor. The employee had been subjected to intense sexual harassment prior to her death, including having photos passed around at a company holiday party, the complaint says. Activision Blizzard will literally, they will never recover from this. I don't care if the case isn't successful, they will just never recover from this. Even if you fired and the entire company their reputation is now gone. It's over. This is this is it. I mean, this is about as bad as it gets. So in another example, a female employee who worked at Blizzard was assigned to a lower level, denied equal pay, and passed over for a promotion despite multiple factors that suggested she earned it. Highly rated performance reviews, she generated significantly more revenue in her marketing campaigns than her male counterpart, and she ran almost twice as many campaigns as her male counterpart. Despite her accomplishments, her male counterpart was invited to have monthly or weekly one-on-one meetings with the vice president. She was not afforded these same opportunities and unsurprisingly was passed over for a promotion in favor of her male counterpart. So that part there though, her male counterpart was invited to have monthly or weekly one-on-one meetings with the vice president. Meaning this isn't just like this is something that's high up. This isn't like the president and the vice president don't really know what's happening here. No, they know. This really, I mean, this almost proves that they definitely know what's going on and they're not doing anything about it, which is kind of what the article suggested, and this really kind of almost confirms it. Let's read some of the comments here, just because I'm curious. Facepalm after returning from a long break from Blizzard games. Yeah, that's not very fun to come back to, that's for sure. Hey, I have a question. What will happen with Blizzard if they prove them guilty? Financial penalty, prison for those responsible. What will happen with, for example, Overwatch if it loses half of the dev team? Will Activision refill dev teams with new workers? Will they rebrand Blizzard? Will they push Overwatch to another big team? I don't really know much about American law, but I'm interested in the possible outcomes. And someone responded here and said, a small fine, the spokesman apologizing on Twitter. I hate how accurate that is too. It's sad, it is. I hate how accurate that is. This guy says, Jesus Christ, Blizzard, what the F are you doing? They did mention the instances happening with the development teams of WoW and maybe COD, so no mention of Overwatch beyond brief descriptions. But a company with harassment through other divisions and franchises gives me dreadful pause to think any of the Overwatch development team engaged or victim to this toxic environment. And this is what I was going to be talking about here because I saw this comment earlier. And if this is pure conjecture, did Jeff Kaplan, who is the former lead designer for Overwatch, know about this? Did he leave because of it? And I'm gravely concerned about the answers we may get if true. So, as if you didn't know, Jeff Kaplan, who is the lead director for Overwatch, left in April of this year. Didn't really say much, just said, you know, I'm thankful for my time at Blizzard, blah, 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 and I'll be stepping down, and just not going to have anything to do with Overwatch any longer, basically is what it goes down to. And now, with this coming out, it starts to be really, really coincidental that this comes out, and then a couple months ago, Jeff left. So, it's interesting. So this person says, undoubtedly, make no mistake, this isn't a select few, this is a company culture from top to bottom. Yeah, we've seen from our evidence that given, this is a company culture. This is something that every head, every manager, every big wig at Blizzard knew about and just doesn't care about. They're just like, this is haha funny, even though it's not going to be very haha funny for you when you're in jail. Make no mistake, this isn't select few, this company culture from top to bottom. If you work at a company like this, you know it. He was the VP of a company he'd worked at for well over a decade. If he didn't know, then at the very least, it was his responsibility to know. So the Alex dude that we were just talking about a couple seconds ago, you're going to see here why Jeff being associated with him for over 10 years isn't good for Jeff, and obviously isn't good for Alex. Alex Afrisiabi, that's a handful. The former senior creative director of World of Warcraft at Blizzard Entertainment was permitted to engage in blatant sexual harassment with little to no repercussions. During BlizzCon, Afrisabi would hit on female employees, telling them he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them, and putting his arms around them. This was in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors, who had to intervene and pull him off female employees. So this actually goes back to what I was saying earlier, that there are good employees there. Not every single person is engaging in this activity. Obviously, you can see here, there were people who were like, hey, like, dude, like, come on, just relax, stop, like, come on, let's go find something else to do. Afrasiabi was so known to engage in harassment of females that his suite was nicknamed the Crosby Suite. Good lord. It was during COVID lockdown. He probably was having seizures, not being able to harass women at his place of business. Ooh, that's a yikes. So yeah, that's really about what it comes down to. That's the end of it. I mean, not the end of it, but that's the story. But yeah, I want to talk about this because this actually might have a huge impact on the gaming world in the future, as we know it. ActiBliz could end up shutting down. Popular games could end up being relocated to, different companies, different teams. So this isn't just women in the workplace. That's what we're talking about today. Nothing to do with gaming, because this has a huge impact on the future of gaming potentially. Like I said, IPs could be relocated to different companies. Bungie could own Call of Duty like in 2 months. Never know. I'm playing. I'm just kidding. If you did appreciate this video, like, comment, subscribe. And this is the only time I'm really going to cover something like this, but this really grinded my gears, so I want to talk about it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.